there, folks. It's Jonathan Denwood here from WP-Tonic, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a comparison between Skool versus Mighty Networks. Which one is the best? What are the strengths and weaknesses of these two platforms that are competing head to head in the community membership course area? They're both great platforms, but they definitely have got their strengths and weaknesses based on my experience. I've got a ton of knowledge here. I'm going to be trying to give it to you as quick as possible. I'll be back in a few moments, folks. So I'm coming back, folks. So you're looking at Skool or Mighty Networks, and you're wondering which one is best for you. This area, there's about half a dozen players. There's a few more than that, but in the reality, there's about half a dozen that I would consider, and part of that is also WordPress, Buddy Boss, or Fluent Community. But we're looking at Skool or Mighty Networks now. When it comes to Skool, its interface is easier and more modern than Mighty Networks. Mighty Networks has more power and more features, and it's a more established platform. But its UX design and the way that you build out different sections is a bit confusing. A lot of people would disagree with me here. I'm not saying that it's terrible. I'm just saying compared to, let's say, Circle or Skool, it's more complicated and more clanky. Um, when it comes to Skool, it's got an easier interface depending on your experience, but it definitely hasn't got all the swings and roundabouts that Mighty Networks can offer. Um, I think both of them really suffer from really tools that help you administrate and control the communities that you're building. Both of them have pretty limited in that, and both of them do offer obviously the ability to build courses, but they are compared to some of the other competitors out there. Both of them aren't stars, in my opinion. Now, I think one of the ways that Skool kind of really is attempted to compete with Mighty Networks, and they really are trying to push into Mighty Networks, is they're combining a marketplace with some of the key functionality in Mighty Networks, and that's their two targets are Mighty Networks and Unimi, because they're trying to combine the two together. A marketplace where a person can go, they have free courses on Skool, and they have paid courses, communities on the platform. So they have a mixture, and they have a homepage where they list, and you can do a search around particular categories and what the courses are offered. Mighty Networks is not about that. Mighty Networks is about building your course, your platform, being able to brand it, and that people go to Pacific ULR, and it's a standalone business that you're trying to build, online business, which you're also doing on Skool, but it's more of a community Unimi hybrid environment. Now, the other thing they really push is the gamification elements of Skool, and some people really like it. I always feel that gamification is a bit of a horse that's been whipped to death. I think it's been used and abused too much and utilized too much, but that's my opinion. So their emphasis on gamification, it doesn't do a lot for me. Other people rave about it and really say that it increases engagement and usage, blah, blah, blah. Myself, I take that all with a pinch of salt myself, but other people have got a different opinion. Another thing is the pricing. They both start around $99 a month. So when you're starting, there's other platforms like WordPress or Kajabi that you can start off a bit cheaper. It's a little bit rich. But the thing that really gets me about Skool is they charge every sale, they charge a 2.9 commission on top, plus whatever Stripe's charging you. So it can end up around 5% of every sale. I really think that's a bit rich myself, and that puts me off. Another thing that is a bit controversial is that some of the biggest investors in Skool I don't particularly find very attractive. They're people that got a certain ambience or track record around building online communities that I don't find very attractive in their marketing techniques and that. But that's my business. Basically, you might be fine with it. But because of these main backers financially and through their online influence, um, attracts people to the platform, and they have built through aggressive affiliate packages to get quite a few of people online to really promote this platform. Now, it does the job, and if you're looking for a really easy way with a nice UX design, and you're going to be happy, but it is limited. Compared to Mighty Networks, Mighty Networks is in a different league with all the options. The only thing is, it is easy. There's always a balance here, folks, between simplicity and features. You know, the more features you put into a platform, the more of a Swiss Army knife it attempts, the more some features become a bit indifferent, and also the actual how complicated it is to initially set up becomes more and more complicated. It's just the reality of a all-embracing platform. Mighty Networks have known about their UX problems and their their administrative limitations for a number of years, and they've not bothered to do much about it, in my opinion. But it's still one of the leading platforms out there. Now, the other factor is yes, Skool provides an app for iOS and for Android, but it's got all their branding all over it. There's no way of white labeling the app. When it comes to Mighty Networks, you can, but the reality is to have the pure white labeled, you really got to go to the highest tier, and that can cost 20, 30, 40, $50,000 to get them to do it. Buddy Boss is a much better solution, or maybe look at Circle. Um, it's really quite expensive. Their non-white label don't quite have all the branding that Skool has over their apps. And the Skool app is much more limited than what Mighty Network is offering. So you've got to take that in mind. So I kind of given a really broad landscape here. They've definitely got each platform definitely has strengths and weaknesses, and it really depends on what you're looking for. Um, oh, another thing I forgot that really goes against Skool. It doesn't offer any kind of video uploading in the platform. You're going to have to use a third party like Vimeo, where Mighty Networks do provide uploading up to 2 GB per video. There's also no marketing automation with Skool. That is inbuilt to some extent with Mighty Networks, but it's not fantastic either compared to Kajabi or Mighty Networks with some other plugins. It, it's not really there. It's not a strength, but it does offer some where Skool really offers nothing. So I'd like to say I've given a really broad outline. I think you can clearly get from this video that there's some real strengths and weaknesses with each platform. It really depends on what you're looking for from the platform. You've got to understand that Skool is the new kid in the block, and it's been really pushed by a lot of influencers, and they're getting a lot of kickback in affiliate income by pushing it. It's not a terrible platform. It does the job, and you've got this marketplace which Mighty Networks doesn't have. Where Mighty Networks, you've got the app functionality, you've got the video uploading, you've got a more established platform that's been around a number of years. It's just more established. It's got a better website builder. You got very little customization with Skool. So it's definitely, it really depends on what you're looking for. Hopefully you found this video really helpful. If you did, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the WP-Tonic channel. It really encourages me to make more of these videos, and it tells YouTube that I'm doing a good job. I'll see you soon, folks. Bye.